Well, it's a first for a 101 media group. We've gone overseas. Yes, we got Len Zooks in the studio. Len, where have we gone to?
We've gone to Beriut, Lebanon. And these are my friends, Lena and Hagop.
So if you guys watching, we've actually got a screen off to just the side of the camera. How are you guys over in Beirut? How are you going?
Now it's the time is almost 11 morning in Beirut. Very sunny day today, thank God. Yesterday was very rainy and cold. It was very winter now.
Lena's been telling me a little bit about your story, and it was really interesting to get you over and onto the show. But you're famous as an artist, but in particular for icons and restoring Islamic parchments as well.
Yes, in fact, let me just give you some idea of how I started my studies. In fact, I started at the American University of Beirut. I studied geology. My passion was geology. When I was a kid, I used to collect rocks and minerals wherever I go, wherever I travel. So I'm fond of minerals. So my first major was geology, my bachelor. Then I continued iconography, studying icon painting and restoration. Meanwhile, I did a DST in theology to learn more about the saints and their lives, because I was painting the icons. And in fact, my PhD is in arts, in fine arts and restoration of icons and all sorts of artworks. Later, I studied curatorial studies in Beijing in the Academy of Arts, and my restoration works that I studied was all over Europe, starting from Italy, all over Firenze, Orvieto, Monterchi, Roma, all over Italy, then to Greece, Castoria, Kozani, all over too, to do on-site restoration works, and then in Portugal and in Spain. This was with a collaboration with the University of London. So this is the whole thing. That then afterwards I got involved in so many other things, like the abstract paintings and city embellishment with my husband, because he's an architect who's next to me.
I was going to say, Hagop, you're an architect. How do you find being an architect? How do you work with someone who's doing all this other, well, should we call it crazy stuff?
I'll tell you, it's in 2 words. I'm an architect by day, artist by night.
Now, I've got to ask you, the rumours are rife, Lena, but I've been told that you started a club called the Stolen Paintings Club.
What do you mean that?
I don't know.
What do you mean that?
Oh, no,
How we started our...
I was telling Michael about how we started our group and how we lost our paintings in Beijing.
Yeah, yes.
And then we started the groups. I think that's what Mike is asking you about.
Lena, you have to start the whole story, and I will join you.
Now, to me, my understanding and how it worked for me was that we got together as a special group because we lost our paintings in Beijing during the Olympic Fine Art exhibition.
When we tried to get it back,
yeah,
we
became a group, and you started the group, the Olympic Fine Art Association, OFA.
Yes, it was in 2008. This was, in fact, in
2008. To me, that was an indication where a bad event is actually a good event when you look back at it. And you know,
I'm not
it's almost 10 years.
I'm not
blaming China for having taken my painting, because we all, as humans, we all have access to the negative things we can choose to do, and that's just human beings. But anyway, we lost the paintings, and we became an international group, and we've done so many things together since then. And eventually, the Venice Biennale last year.
It was a blessing to be in the Olympics, China. It was a blessing to be.
You know, Len, if I may just say this, and I think you're going to love this. You know, there's an Arabic proverb that says, "مصائب قوم عند قوم فوائد." So let me just translate that, which means the calamities of some people are other people's good fortune. So I think this applies very well to our situation here, where it was a calamity to start with, and it turned out into be a very fortunate thing at the end of the day.
Absolutely. It's taught me about life, and it's actually helped me expand the circumstance of my joyous existence, because I now accept negative things as leading to positive things. So I'm not afraid of things going wrong ever anymore. I just take whatever comes.
Never, yes, of course. Let it go.
let it go, let it direct.
The guy who mends and fixes things and makes cash out of cash.
It's so lovely to have. In fact, we are very fortunate to be selected for the Olympics Beijing. It was a blessing to all of us. We got to meet each other. Don't forget that.
I'm not, to me, I'm so grateful for the events that happened. You know, I now say that my painting is in the National Museum in Beijing. I'm not sure where it is, and it doesn't matter. It was the thing that got us together.
In the Museum of Olympic Arts.
Lena and Hagop, you've got such varied lives. We've got restoration work, we've got artists. You're an architect as well as an artist. What challenges has that brought to trying to mash all that into some semblance of a normal life, if there's such a thing? Have you found having such a mixture with each other difficult? Has there been challenges along the way to try and fit all that stuff in?
No, you know, I think all the stuff that we do are daily challenges. But when you are living in this part of the world where it feels like dancing around the tip of the volcano, you know, and just going around in circles and trying not to fall inside the lava. But this is, I think, is a very stimulating challenge, because it keeps us challenged, and maybe it keeps us motivated that we should keep on going and doing all these things. It's maybe our modus operandi for maintaining our sanity in all this insanity that's going around us.
It's interesting. You don't have a minute that you can just think, just not do anything. You have to keep alert. You have to be creative. It pushes you to be creative in this part of the world, because there is always something happening.
There's a challenge every minute.
There's no lull.
You never get bored. You never get a boring moment in this part of the world.
I love living in my country. Yes, let me shed some light on the association that we made, Meadows. It is Mediterranean endeavors advancing development of widespread sustainability. Meadows is headquarters is in Beriut, because we are both the co-founders of this association, and we are in 53 countries all over the world. And we are very, very fortunate and lucky to have Len Zooks, my wonderful friend, the international artist, to be the president of Australia, representing Meadows. And we do a lot of things it's an NGO, it's an association that we help, we promote arts in so many aspects. We promote art for internationally well-known artists, like we did the Venezia Biennale, we did in Jakarta, in Italy, we did so many exhibitions. And then we also help the youth, the children, to be involved in the Olympic art exhibition, youth art exhibitions, and all over the world also, like in the Nobel Peace Prize that we organized, we curated the show for the youth in the Olympics. In this way, the youngsters, they get to create. They would know how to start creating through the arts, through on the piece of paper, their thoughts, expressing their thoughts, peace for their country. This is what we always do, and we always help socially to refugees, to other in need, especially to art therapy that we have We have helped so much in 2006 when we had the war in Lebanon. We helped traumatized children through art therapy. We train the trainers to help traumatized children of war.
Absolutely brilliant. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come straight back because I want to hear more about Meadows. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So don't go anywhere.
Stay.